All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hold on, let me check on something real quick. Cause this thing did a restart while I was asleep, so I need to make sure everything is still in order. So give me just a minute. All right, look like everything is still in order. Like everything is still in order. Um, as always, guys. Y'all let me know if you can hear me and you can see me. Is the sound okay? Is the video okay? Can y'all see everything? Make sure there's no buffering or anything like that. Okay. So, all right. Lady says everything all good. Everything's all good. Okay. All right, guys. Well, good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. Hopefully, y'all had a good day today. And matter of fact, let me get some shout outs. Pisces Princess, what's going on? Mahogany, what's going on, love? Not out, hey, babe, what's going on? Dog Paul, what's going on, sweetie? Lady D, what's going on? Miss Didi, what's going on? Miss Didi with the fire ass bathroom. Glassies, what's up, babe? How you been? How you been? Good to see you here. Sam Fair, what's up, love? How you doing? All right. Rolling Mile was up here earlier. Okay. Couple of things before we get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, have y'all ever just had them nights that you couldn't sleep, or a day where you try to take a nap, and you cannot, for some reason, no matter how hard you try, you just cannot go to sleep, no matter what you do, or play music, or play the rain sounds, or anything like that. You just cannot go to sleep. I don't know how many of y'all have had those before. I know the past few days, I've been very restless. I've been trying to go to sleep. I ain't had no good sleep. And you would think, since I'm in the situation I'm in, I ain't doing nothing right now, I can go to sleep at any given time. But these last few days, man, I just ain't been going. I just can't be going. Can't go to sleep. I don't know. I guess I'm stressing too much about my situation, or I guess I'm ready to get back and go back to work. Things like that. I'm not used to staying at home like this, so this shit, golly, man, I'm stressed about my situation and whatnot, so, and I always have been like that, if it's something bothering me, it's hard for me to go to sleep, no matter how hard I try, it is very hard for me to go to sleep, Pisces Princess know what I'm talking about. She said definitely most nights, yep. Ain't Nicole, that's what's going on. Yeah, man, and I finally got a few hours of sleep early before I came live tonight, so thank God for that, so hopefully I can go back to sleep later on tonight, all right? Second thing I want to say, man, y'all people in the chat room, y'all people period that follow me, what I'm saying, y'all are some very good people. My cash app didn't be ringing all day today, and a lot of times I didn't even hear the notification. I just look at my phones and I see a so sent you something, so sent you something, so sent you. So I say, well, look at this right here. Amen, amen, amen. Again, like I say, you never know who's thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? You never know who really care about you. You never know who really appreciate you. So thanks to all of you who has contributed, and the heartwarming messages that you have sent behind the contributions. But I want to say this as well, because one person said what they sent me. They said, I wish I can give you more. Look, let me say this to you. The fact that you even thought enough to give what you gave, that's more within itself. Amen? Because I, for one, believe it's the thought that count. All right? And I'm a simple guy. I'll give you an example how simple I am. Let's just say my birthday come around. I'm not the type of person that like to be around a big crowd of people. But hell, if you gave me a cupcake with a candle in it saying happy birthday, I'm good with that, because you know what? You thought of me enough to even do that when you didn't have to do it at all. Hell, you could have said fuck me and don't even say birthday, happy birthday, period. So I'm the type of person that I do believe in little things means a lot. So, it ain't what you gave. It's what you had in your heart to give. Amen. It's what you had in your heart to give. All right. So anything that you contribute to me, nothing is too big and nothing is too small. The fact that you thought enough in your heart to do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm appreciative of that. Amen. Amen. You know, so don't never think just because you gave a couple of dollars, that's not enough. No, that is perfect because you thought enough to do that. Then on top of that, you know, everybody got their lives to live too, you know. So, hey, I got my personal things I got to do. Y'all have y'all personal things I got to do. So I'm not looking for nobody just throw no big hundreds out there, you know. I mean, if you do, that's fine, but I'm not looking for that, you know. So, you know, hey, it's all good. It's all good. All right. But anyway, guys, let's get right on to the stream. Let's get into this show real quick. And Sarah H. Sarah, good evening. What's going on? Hey, good day, Tenny Pie. What's going on? Ron with the big gun. What's up, brother? Right, Glasses. I mean, at the end of the day, everything adds up there. So I'm not the one to complain, you know, and say, hey, little thing means a lot to me. So you gave 50 cents. Hey, that's 50 cents. I probably could go give me a pack of gum or something because I want to chew some gum for the day, you know. So I don't smoke cigarettes, so I ain't worried about no squares. But, you know, I could have took that 50 cents when it got me a pack of gum or something. You gave me that 50 cents for me to go get a pack of gum, you know. So, hey, I'm not complaining at all. At all. I thank each and every last one of y'all. Each and every last one of y'all who found it in your heart to do whatever you chose to do to show support and love for your boy. All right. All right, guys. So let's get right into this. My girl Nicole Jackson in the chat room. No. She didn't send me this. I'm sorry. My girl Ann sent me this earlier today. We have a story out in Greenville, South Carolina. The young man you see up above on the left, his name is Zion Watson. The lady who you see beside him is his mom. Her name is Shadavia Rosemond, if I pronounced the name right. And if you see at the bottom by me, it was the daycare that this young man attended. Now you see the title. They said this young man first at the daycare, he passed away. Now that's the first time I ever heard something like that happening. Not saying it haven't happened, but that's the first time I ever heard something happening. And here's what made the story even worse. His mama had just got hired at that daycare. So she was going to be right there with him. But she was working in another classroom for what I'm gathering from the story. But she got hired to work at that same daycare that this young man was at. Now, right now, I don't know what happened. I didn't get a chance to dig deeper to this story because, again, like I told you earlier, I've been trying to go to sleep. But for little I gathered, to me, what it sounds like right now, for what little I gathered, to me, it sounds like it may have been an accident or it may be total negligence. But that's where y'all come in the audience. Y'all listen with me and y'all give y'all thoughts and take on what are you about to hear. And to have something like that happen to a father or a mother, man, that's devastating, man. You work at the same place that your child had died at. Good God, man, that's got to be insane to the membrane, you know. Jesus Christ, man, I won't put that on nobody, man. Jesus Christ, I won't put that on nobody. So let me see if I get right into. Whoa, what's this? Okay. Let me see if we get into some of these news clips and let y'all hear what's going on. All right. I think this may be the first one I want to play right here. I could be wrong. Let's see.
State family released this photo tonight. They say 1-year-old Zion Lee Watson died while at the Bumblebee Daycare on Monday.
The Greenville County coroner said the 1-year-old died Monday morning at the hospital after EMS was called to Bumblebee Daycare and Learning Center on Rocky Creek Road. Authorities said EMS was called just after 8:30 in the morning.
When News Gospel said, hey, you been? Oh, I guess you're trying to say how you been. It's my birthday week, 26 years old. Well, Wing got some news. Happy birthday to you, dear. Happy birthday. Hope you had a good one. And hey, it's the weekend. Party hardy, because you only get to live once. Happy birthday to you, dear.
Greenville County Dispatch said the 911 caller reported a 1-year-old choking. The child was pronounced dead at the hospital at 10. Tomorrow, the family, along with upstate activists, plan to hold a news conference. The family says they have some concerns about the incident that led up to Zion's death.
All right, so with them right there, this is where they released a photo of the young man. You know, that they want everybody to see who he was. So let's get further into the story and see what's going on. Okay. Let's go with this one. Let's see. Let's listen to some more of this. What's going on?
Yeah, Gabby, we are, and that family in tears today begged for answers. That little boy's mother was working in the classroom next door. She says she saw her son alive an hour before teachers brought her his lifeless body.
Listen to that. I mean, she worked next door. She worked next door in another class while her son was in another class, you know, trying to work, trying to make a living, and seeing her son an hour prior before all this happened. Man, I don't put this on nobody, no man, no woman, man. That gotta be a bad ass fucked up feeling, man. That should nobody should endure. I think that's the worst feeling, is somebody actually cutting you with a knife or something, man. To have that happen just like that. That, man, goddamn.
We will never get to touch Zion again, nor see him.
A family's mourning their 1-year-old boy, Zion Lee Watson, after he died on his first day at Bumble Daycare and Learning Center.
He was my everything. He was my everything.
Zion's mother, Shadavia Rosemond, says she started working at the daycare last week. A spokeswoman for the family says Rosemond brought Zion for his first day on Monday. Rosemond was working in the next room.
She checked in on her son at around 7:15 and noticed that he had been crying.
Tracy Fant says Rosemond called her family to pick up Zion so he didn't have a traumatic first day. An hour later, Fant says Zion's mother found out something was wrong.
When a teacher rushed into her classroom with the lifeless body of her son in her arms, she handed Shadavia her deceased child. The family tells me that his lips were already purple. His body was completely limp.
She says Rosemond asked what happened. She says the teacher told her Zion choked on a goldfish.
No CPR performed at this time, no any maneuvers or anything. Just passed from teacher to teacher and then placed in her arms.
It wasn't until Rosemond saw her son, she says, they started CPR and called 911. Zion was rushed to the hospital where he died.
Was anyone in that classroom certified to administer CPR?
WYFF News 4 found a DSS report from February showing several violations. According to the report, the daycare was not compliant with having at least one person with CPR and first aid training on site. A follow-up report in March showed the violations were corrected.
Why? Why? Why?
DSS is now investigating.
A piece of me is gone.
According to DSS, a daycare must have at least one staff member on site at all times who is CPR certified. WYFF News 4 reached out to the daycare today. It declined to comment further about this incident at this time. And the daycare says it has been in touch with the family, but Zion's family says they haven't heard from the daycare. Reporting live in Greenville, Kylie Jones, WYFF News 4.
I thought that a place like that, a daycare, if they have violations, I thought they supposed to shut down until they got the violations corrected. I could be wrong. Y'all know I don't have a child. Maybe some of you in the chat room can tell me, man or woman, who have children that's in daycare. But I thought if they have violations up in there, they supposed to shut it down till they get those things corrected. But ladies, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, or gentlemen, if y'all have children that's in daycare, y'all let me know. And if it's not like that, then you would think that if you're dealing with children, that's how it should be. If these places have violations that they haven't met or got corrected yet, then the daycare should have been shut down. At least that's what I thought. Now, I could be wrong. Y'all give me a minute. I could be wrong. Give me a minute. I gotta go do something real quick. Give me a minute. Yeah, and that's what I thought. They're supposed to shut it down until they get the violation corrected, right? Now, however, I see some of y'all in the chat room saying some things that I thought at first. Goldfish, he choked on goldfish, what's the likely possibility that that's happening that he choked on goldfish? Because I thought when you put something like that in your mouth, it can dissolve, But then again, y'all know we have children and some people who don't chew their food, they put it in their mouth and just wolf it down. Like my grandma used to say, if she see us eating fast, she'd be like, stop wolfing down your food and chew your food, So unless that's a situation like that, I guess that could be a possibility. I don't know. But with goldfish, yeah, I thought, you put it in your mouth, it's not going to disintegrate right then and there. You got to take some time for it to disintegrate, So that's one of the first things I thought about too, is that possible you could choke on a goldfish, So, again, you already got a lot of questions that need to be answered right now, because it just sound, I don't know, we just can't say right now because it's all early in the story, but it leads you to think, if I had a goldfish, I'd put one in my mouth right now and see how long it takes to dissolve, but that's what the word is. Like they're saying that they believe he choked on a goldfish, and that's how he died. But now I'm gonna tell you something what they said. They got me. All right. What up, London Link? I'm gonna tell you what they said. They got me. When they said that they kept passing his body around from teacher to teacher.
For the first time.
Which made me ask the question. While y'all was passing him around like that, did anybody think to call 911? And not only that, did anybody think to go straight to his mom after you saw that? Okay? If I heard that right, I heard them say they passed that boy body from teacher to teacher. Then one of the teachers finally took the body to her. But my question is, while y'all was playing hot potato with this boy body, did anybody get off their ass and call 911 while y'all passing his body around like that? I understand it's a fucked up situation. Everybody going nuts. Everybody panicking. But teacher to teacher, somebody should have got on the phone and called 911. And then somebody should have ran and got this man's mom. But for what they saying, y'all passed this boy body around, then you went to the mom. So to me, when I hear that, y'all let precious minutes and seconds get away from y'all because y'all playing hot potato with this boy's body. And understand, this is why I say, and I see a lot of y'all say, it's getting to the point now you can't trust nobody to watch your children. These damn daycares, you know. Right now, I don't know what to say if it's the daycare fault. But just going by what we're hearing right there, you know, that was crazy right there, what I just heard. That was crazy. And don't worry, we're going to get into the conference that they had. We're going to get into all that. Y'all know I'm going to get all that, you know. But right now, y'all know I like to play news clips. I like to hear what all news clips say about the situation. And we all can talk and try to put things together, see what the hell may have happened, you know. So, again, I don't know what star daycare this was. Was it a 3-star, 2-star, 5-star, whatnot? Because I know daycares get rated, you know. I think when you get 3 stars, that means fair on up. I think 2 stars, I know that's bad. But if you at least got 3 stars, I think that's somewhat on average. Again, ladies, y'all let me know. You know, a 3-star a daycare, that means it's a fair average daycare, right? And of course, we know a 5-star mean that's the best daycare. All right, did I say that right? Y'all let me know. And we're gonna get into some more of this news clip.
We're hearing from the mother of 1-year-old Zion Watson. He died at daycare in Greenville Monday. His family says he was found unconscious. He was not breathing despite hours of life-saving measures.
And listen to that. Listen to that. He was found unconscious. So now when you say he was found, that means whenever he choked or allegedly choked, with nobody around, whoever supposed to be in charge of his class, where they was at. You know, where was they at? If you found him like that.
He died at the hospital.
And his family's heartbroken over the loss, calling for change alongside local activists. Our own Amber Worthy is outside Bumble Daycare where this happened. And Amber, what did you learn today from this news conference?
We learned a little bit more about little Zion. He was considered his mother's miracle baby after she lost twins earlier last year, and they are just hoping for some answers in what happened to him. Now, she shared some videos of Zion with us as she copes with him not being here anymore. And his mother is holding on to those memories and her loved ones as they push for answers. The day he died was his first day at the daycare where his mother was also offered a job. Now they are waiting for the official cause of death to decide how they will move forward.
He was my everything. He was my everything. I love that child, y'all. I love him so much. A piece of me is gone.
And Tracy Fant with Upstate Freedom Fighters says they are working to get more information about what happened, but they say ultimately another parent was performing CPR on Zion before EMS arrived. We did reach out to the daycare multiple times, and today they told us that they were advised by DSS not to make a statement. And coming up at 6, you will hear more from activists about their push for more oversight from DSS. Back to you.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. I saw somebody chat room say how many stars did the daycare had. As a matter of fact, that is a good question. Let me see if I can look them up and see how many they had. Let me see. Well, what I'm looking at right here, it was founded in 2015. Something about with Angie, but it has no star ratings on here. It just said non-applicable right here. Oh, okay, this is the Angie website. Okay, let me see. They on Facebook, so let me see what they get. Oh Lord, they took it down on Facebook, so I'm guessing because of what's going on now. All right, well, right here, what I'm looking at, reviews from the web, and on Facebook, they had a 5 out of 5. Okay, but when you try to go on Facebook, it look like they may have taken the page down. But here go a couple of comments. They gave him 5 stars. Said, it's a very loving environment. The service is very personalized. Love this place. Okay. Somebody right here said, I love the teachers and the staff at this center. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. I got to let y'all see this. Hold on. I got to let y'all see this right here. I gotta let y'all see something real quick. I don't know how good y'all can see that. Oh, let me move myself out the way. How good can y'all see that? The one I got highlighted. How good can y'all see that? And I want y'all to read it. If y'all can see it. Yep. That's exactly what it says, bro. That's exactly what it says. The person down here says the staff doesn't seem to care about the children. Oh. I didn't. Okay, now here we go right here. I didn't know that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. They have a 2.6. .6. Michael says, long story short, we had an appointment with the daycare director to tour the facility and probably roll our child on 9/15 at 2:30. A time she herself suggested that the same morning during a phone call with my wife, only arrived and learned the director was on a break and not there, even though we had said appointment. We sat and waited in her office for about 30 minutes before giving up and leaving. Unprofessional, waste of time, took our business elsewhere. Well, that is unprofessional, but I don't think that's enough to just say they just bad people, but that was unprofessional. My child attended here for maybe a month and it was horrible. Every week it was something. Oh God, y'all see this? My child attended here for maybe a month and it was horrible. Every week it was something. Every week it was something. Now, well, I can't speak because I wasn't there, but every week though, if it was something going on, I think you should have got him out of their way for that month. If every week it was something, yeah, I don't know any place could be that damn horrible, can it? I don't know. But this person said, my child attended here for maybe a month and it was horrible. Every week it was something. I took him out because they lied to me about how his jacket came home with bleach stains on it. The light-skinned girl said that a new lady, said that a new lady had started was spray cleaning the wall and mistakenly sprayed it. So I went back to pick him up that night after my shift. The girl that was working told me the truth after asking her what happened. She told me that a child had got a hold of the bleach cleaning spray bottle and started spraying it. Whoa. My question is, why is it even in a child's reach? Any kind of chemicals should be put up. A child could have gotten sprayed in the eyes or anything, and then to lie and cover it up. I picked him up and never took him back after they replaced my child's jacket. If your job is to keep an eye out on the children, then do that. I tell anybody who asks me about them this. Nope, they don't know how to communicate unless it's about getting their payment. I can believe that. I don't care how friendly they seem. You never know how your child is being cared for or what they're doing behind closed doors. She right about that. But we've been preaching that for a while though. Me and y'all in the audience, we've been saying that for the longest now. Yeah, a lot of people may seem cool. They're just like babysitters. You find babysitters online and shit like that. They may seem cool as shit, but as soon as you leave, it's hell to the captain. I remember I watching some news show. This black lady watching somebody's child, and they watched when the parents pulled off and everything. She didn't know there was a camera in the house. And as soon as the parent got gone, she just started abusing that boy for no reason. Okay. Kay Cooper said, I did not put my son in daycare at all. I stayed home with him. I don't trust anyone. Kay Cooper, shout out to you because it's coming to the point. Look like that's how it's got to be right now because ain't nobody going to take care of their child better than you. Although we have a lot of stores where the parents are doing this fuck shit too to children, But if you are genuine and you are doing this because of the outside world, how cold it is, then ma'am, salute to you. And the fellas, salute to you. My brother UFO, what's going on, brother? Been a while. How you been, my man? All right. But listen. They say, I don't care how friendly they seem. You never know how your child is being cared for or what they're doing behind closed doors. Absolutely. I will agree with that. You just don't know. All right. And at this point, I think all daycares needs to have cameras. All right. Amen. I think all daycares needs to have cameras. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have a busy schedule and you need a babysitter, your house needs to have cameras. All right. Don't wait till after shit has happened to your child. And then you got to go with the lie the babysitter told you. And you got to be like, I don't know whether to believe it or not because I wasn't here. And I ain't got no cameras in the house to see what happened. So I guess I'll have to roll with, what they tell me to. No. If you have a busy schedule and you need a babysitter, I don't give a fuck if it's a family member. Put this in your house. As a matter of fact, you ain't even got to tell the motherfuckers where the camera's at. Amen? Don't tell them where it's at. All right? Because when you tell them where they at, they gonna try to find a blind spot and do dirty shit to your children. Now, y'all tell me if I said something fucked up now. All right? While I'm doing this little rant. All right? Men, women, get cameras. Even if it's cheap cameras. As long as the motherfucker got video to show you what's going on, get them. If you go on at nighttime, most cameras have night vision. Can see just as good in the daytime at nighttime. Sometimes I think nighttime is better because motherfuckers think they can get away and that night vision be clear as hell just like it's daytime. All right? I got cameras in my shit, but I ain't got no children. So you gonna see what my shit at. However you try to get up in this motherfucker, you gonna get caught one way or another on my monitor. So, ladies, gentlemen, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you got to get a babysitter, get cameras first. And it might not be a bad idea to get the cameras with sound. All right? It might not be a bad idea to get cameras with sound. Now, y'all tell me if I said something wrong. Tell me I said something fucked up. Because this is a motherfucker ridiculous. It's a motherfucker ridiculous. And they absolutely right. And again, to the young generation, the 18, the 19s, the 20s, y'all take heed to this shit. If you got children, y'all take heed to this shit. Because I'm aiming towards y'all, really. I'm aiming towards y'all. At the sound of my voice, y'all better listen to this shit. I may not be a dad, but I was raised with a grandmother that ran a daycare. So I know about this shit. Absolutely. Background checks. Yes. Background checks. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this lady's absolutely right. No cleaner product should have been out. No cleaner product should have been out. And they lucky that she didn't open an investigation on them with that. She just got her coat replaced and sound like she just went on by her business. You know? But they... Mahogany said check when they lead it. Okay, this was 2 years ago. This is 2 years ago. But Mahogany, I want you to understand. Even with this though, if you saw the previous news clip, and see, I got people coming out of the bushes because I'm speaking the truth. All right? Look at these people coming out of the bushes. Proud Mama of 6. You on point, Chris? That's what I'm talking about. I ain't got to be no dad to know this shit. I've been around daycares to know this shit. Hey, I'd adopted a few children with people who I'd have met in my life, you know, because we got that cool. I'd just be like, hey, I adopt your child, you know? So, yeah, I know about this shit. All right? And they are lucky that this woman did not get a state investigation on them, which she probably should have done. But y'all heard in the early news clip, all the violations that they had. So it don't matter when they made these reviews. I just want y'all to look at the reviews, period. And I'm not trying to get them a bad name because they look like they get more good reviews than negative reviews from what we're seeing. They getting good reviews more. All right. There could have been a whole lawsuit. That there did it for me. There could have been a whole lawsuit. And she still didn't do it, I guess. Clorox is nothing to play with, and for it to be in the child's reach, then to lie to me about my son's jacket I paid money for. This place is trash. Wow. Well, I would say this, bless your heart, that nothing bad happened to your child. All right. You go somebody else. Speaking on behalf of a recent experience, excuse me, if Google reviews would have 0 stars, that's exactly what I would put. Oh my God. Customer service skills sucks to the fullest, crazy prices, no kind of refunds or credit applied towards the next week. Their so-called supervisor has no time to talk to you one-on-one, alone without being interrupted for 10 minutes. When you call to check up on your child, no one answers. I mean, I could keep going. In other words, don't go there. This person said clean. Director was very nice and easy to talk to. They work organized by informing you about the well-being of your child. In their case, their care. Staff seem very friendly and well together. Looking forward to my newborn growing and developing in a new environment. Now that was 3 years ago. Here go to one. I had my son in here maybe 2 weeks. The teacher in the big room will be screaming at the kids, and my son always cried when he was in there. Miss Michelle Harrison is amazing. Probably the only nice one in the building. The staff doesn't seem to care about the children. I did address my concerns and they apologized, which I respect, but I don't recommend. The teacher in the big room would be screaming at the kids, and my son would always cry when he was amazing. The staff was great at first. Then the child, which was 3, came home saying the bigger kids was bullying him. One hit him in the face. He came home with a dirty pull-up that you could tell was sitting on for a while. And the care watchers didn't do anything or even tell me. He was taken out and will not go back. I don't recommend this daycare if you actually care for the well-being of health of your child. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Wow. How about that? Now, let's get on this thing about the screaming at the children and whatnot before I continue. I want to get on this thing about screaming at the children because I think a lot of people get confused when screaming at children and being firm. Because sometimes being firm, yes, your voice may go up a little loud, but you're not really screaming, you're just being firm. And a lot of these children, you do got to be firm because you're friendly with them. They're going to try to run over you, but you correct the child, though, But so I'm not saying that she wasn't screaming, but I think a lot of people get that confused when it comes to raising your voice. It's not all the time. It's not about screaming. It's about being firm, And I know a lot of people in their own personal home, they don't believe in screaming. A lot of them don't believe in discipline. They don't believe in whipping and things like that. They believe in, I guess, keeping a low tone and trying to talk to them. And that's the way you run your household, and that's fine. I can't say nothing about how you run your household. But at the same time, though, you have to be firm. With the jobs that I've been doing, you have to be firm. Even though a lot of them is mentally challenged, you still can't just really treat them like they children. You have to be stern and firm, all right? Or they will run over you. They will run game on you. You have to be stern and firm. So, I just want to put that out there, again, to the young generation. If you're somebody holler at your children, I don't think it's always was a scene. They getting things in order, So, but everybody had their different opinions of what screaming at children really is, or what's being firm really is. So I just want to throw that out there, man. But all in all, this daycare here, there's some crazy shit over here. A whole lot of fuckery what we're hearing going on with this story. A whole lot of fuckery. A whole lot of it. A whole lot of it. It don't make no damn sense. All right. So this right here, what's today? Today is 23rd. So this was yesterday. And it says a South Carolina 1-year-old dies on his first day in daycare. His family wants answers, which they should. It was his first day. The photo was provided by the mom. And it goes on to say here in Greenville, South Carolina, his name was Zion. He celebrated his first birthday barely a month ago. His sweet smile made the world feel like a better place. Monday was his first day at Bumble Daycare and Learning Center in Greenville, where his mother had just started working a few days earlier. Shadavia Rosemond, his mother, was in class for 2-year-olds next door. They arrived at around 6:15, and when Rosemond checked on him an hour later, he was sitting in the chair crying. Rosemond has been in the childcare business for 7 years, and she knows it takes time for children to adjust, but she didn't want Zion's first experience to be bad, so she called her sister to pick him up. An hour later, Zion's teacher carried his limp body into Rosemond's room and handed him to her. His lips was purple. He had no pulse. Someone grabbed him and ran to the office where a parent started CPR. Emergency workers took over minutes, quite literally trying to breathe life back into the child. Zion Watson died at 10 a.m. in the hospital. The story going around, and one of the family believes, is he choked on a mouthful of goldfish crackers. They say he choked on a mouthful of goldfish crackers. Now remember what we said earlier? Or a couple y'all said earlier that y'all don't believe that it was just one goldfish. If it was goldfish, it had to be more than one. It had to be more than one. If it was goldfish, it had to be more than one. It had to be more than one. So I want everybody to keep that in mind. Or anybody who taking notes, who want the updates to continue. Ann, who y'all see in the chat room, she the one sent me this. Take notes of this. Let's keep this in the back of our minds. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do some notes myself when I get through with the stream and go back and see what I said. And I'm gonna take some notes myself just to keep for when updates come out about this story. But they say a mouthful of goldfish crackers. Yeah, I don't think it was just one. Could be a possibility, but I don't believe it was just one. My God. Wow. Now, Mahag, what they said was another parent, from what we gathered here, that another parent was trying to give him CPR. Well, hold on, let me go back. An hour later, Zion's teacher carried his limp body into Rosemond's room and handed him to her. His lips was purple. He had no pulse. Someone grabbed him and ran to the office where a parent started CPR. So, if I'm reading it right, they brought the boy's body to her. Another person got him and ran to the office and tried to perform CPR because I'm guessing they may be CPR certified. You know. Damn, man. Damn. It goes on to say, what happened to Zion in that 1 hour is now the focus of the family and community activists who say a child need not die from a cracker. All right? So we need to make a note of that. The activists say a child need not die from a cracker. Or I guess you're trying to say a child did not die from a cracker. I don't know how to look at that. Where was the staff? Yes. How many adults was in the room with him? Yes. Did they not know CPR? Yes. How many staff members had CPR training? Yes. Why did they not act sooner? Yes. All them good questions. All them good questions. All right. Why, said Felicia Oliver, Zion's aunt, at a news conference Wednesday outside the daycare center. Her voice rose louder and louder, more plaintive with each word. The faint sounds of Zion's mother crying could be heard behind her. Greenville County Coroner Kent Deal has not issued his report, and he could not be reached for comment Wednesday afternoon. The phone at the daycare went unanswered Wednesday, and no voicemail picked up. The family said no one from the school has contacted them since Zion died. Bumblebee was started in Greenville by Nancy Abad, I don't know how to say that, ABAD, in 2015, according to South Carolina Secretary of the State Office. It has a capacity of 163 children and is open from 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. on weekdays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays. Abad previously started Bumblebee Daycare in New York City in 2004. Okay. The school's website says she described herself as a stay-at-home mother of 3 with a passion for nurturing and caring for children. Abad and her daughter, Cynthia DeLeon, listed on the Secretary of State website as co-director, expanded their business to Greenville. In February, acting on a complaint, a Department of Social Service employee inspected the facility and found several items the department deemed severe concerns. Among them was that no one on staff has CPR training. I repeat, no one has CPR training. Supervision was inadequate. The child-teacher ratio was high. There were strangulation, choking, or suffocation hazards. The report does not say what the hazards were. DSS returned in March and cleared the business of all violations. Community activist Tracy Fant, who is helping the family to get answers from the school and authorities, said the clearance is not proof that all was well at Bumblebee. I can kind of see that. In 2020, DSS found the ceiling floors, window, or doors were not free of hazards. Staff files were not in compliance, and pets lacked vaccination. The inspection came after a complaint. In 2019, DSS found furniture and equipment were not in good repair, and the playground lacked adequate cushion material and fencing. Fane said the family wants to see the video from inside the school and the coroner's evaluation about what caused Zion's death. Hey, that's a lot of fuck shit going on at the daycare. That's a whole lot of shit going on. What's really going on? That's a lot of shit. Then we'll decide whether someone needs to be held accountable, she said. But even without that information, Fate wonders why someone did not call Rosemond to Zion's classroom rather than move him around. I just said that. Thank you. Thank you. Why was y'all passing this boy's body around instead of going straight to her or somebody going to her? And then while y'all playing hot potato with this boy's body, somebody could have been down to 911. Somebody could have went and got her while whoever was certified doing CPR, they could have already started CPR on the young man. But now, however, though, remember what I read earlier. He was found unresponsive. All right? He was found unresponsive. So now the question has to be asked. How long was he at wherever he was when he was found? How long was he there before anybody noticed he was unresponsive? All right? You never moved a person, she said. Dr. Thompson, a community activist who is a cousin of Zion's mother, said he believes the state should require that everyone who works in the daycare, teachers to custodians, has CPR certification. Daycare, she said, have high turnover and struggle to attract employees. They are hiring and pushing aside policies and not getting proper certification, he said. Rosemond said when she was hired, no one asked to see her CPR certification. The fact remains Zion's first day at daycare should not have been his last day of living, Thompson said. Fane said their family wanted to hold a press conference to put pressure on authorities to get answers. When the group arrived across the street from Bumblebee, police was called. Fane said the family explained what they were doing and the police left. Wow, they called the police on them. Wow, what y'all trying to cover up? What's going on up there? What y'all trying to cover up? At the news conference, several family members held large photos of Zion. His mother said Zion was everything to her. A piece of me is gone. A piece of me is gone, Rosemond said. Wow. This is crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm like this. Everybody should have CPR training with it deals with children. And again, if the state find hazards like that in a place like that, then I think they should be shut down until they get everything corrected. But apparently that's not what happened. You know, they was allowed to stay open while they had these violations going on. So, you know, I don't know how this shit works, but, you know, that shit's crazy here. I know me, I probably be like, hey, you know what? Shut it down for about a week or two till y'all get all this straightened out. We come back, y'all got it straight, over the back up. So that way, man, let's mess. All right, y'all ain't got to deal with this. Let's mess. But apparently that's not how it works when it comes to daycares and things like that. So anyway, guys, wow. All right, guys, let's get into today's press conference. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. And y'all haven't, please get that thumbs up for your boy. And oh yeah. And if you'd like to contribute, you go to the home page of my channel. It got all my links up there, or I got a highlighted up there where the ladies made their GoFundMe for me. Thank you, ladies, still for doing that. And you can donate to that as well if you choose to. All right, let's get into the conference. Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we got my brother in the building, my brother from another mother, a man who has hosted many shows with me in the beginning of my journey on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, my man DJ Smooth, the House Lord, is in the building. You know, even though he haven't been on here in a while, I still consider this brother as my co-host. You know, brother, whenever you got time to come back, you know the door's always open, man. You know, we was a power force. We ran this show together, my man. So y'all shout out my man DJ C Smooth. And man, I can't wait till you have time to come back, bro. He is the I call him pretty much the pastor of the show, you know, because we used to do prayers when we do stories like this and all that stuff, and people really took heed to that. And we need to bring that back, brother. We need to bring that back, man. All right. And hello to everybody that's coming in. Only Law, Rachel, K Cooper, Sherry, Sin. Hey, baby, I think I spoke to you. Everybody who I missed. Hey, thanks for coming to the show. Let's hear the conference.
I won't be able to focus. I can't. Yeah, I can't hold it in. Let me touch it from there. My name is Tracy Fant. I'm organizer of Freedom Fighters Upstate South Carolina. And I'm joined by Dr. U.A. Thompson, Felicia Oliver, and Shadavia Rosemond, the mother of little Zion. Today we find it necessary to address the media with some questions and concerns the family has. Because although we don't have many answers, I will speak on what we do know. Last Thursday was little Zion's mother, Shadavia's, first day working at Bumble Daycare. She started her day off as usual. She worked Thursday and Friday, and she enjoyed the weekend with her one-year-old son, preparing him for his first day at daycare, which will be Monday. On Monday morning at approximately 6:15, baby Zion went to his one-year-old classroom with his teacher. His mother, Shadavia, was assigned to the two-year-old classroom, which was feet away. She checked in on her son at around 7:15 and noticed that he had been crying. She contacted a family member and asked for them to come and pick him up because she didn't want his first day at daycare to be traumatic.
And, hold on. Wait a minute. As a matter of fact, Spencer, I'm glad that you're here. Perfect person. Me and you be knowing each other for a while. When your children went to daycare, no matter where you was at, where you were down here, Memphis, or wherever you was at, did they or did they not have cameras in the daycare? All right? Did they or did they not have cameras in the daycare? And if you did find out that they had violations in the daycare, how was your response to it?
She knows because she's worked in child 7 years. She knows this is normal for children. It was her baby, her miracle baby, who was upset. So she called for her family to come and pick him up. Her family was en route to pick little Zion up, but unfortunately, upon arrival, they saw an ambulance. Now, inside the school, something else was happening. You see, the questions and concerns are ours because from 7:15, where she saw her baby sitting in a chair for what appeared to be crying, to 8:15, when a teacher rushed into her classroom with the lifeless body of her son in her arms, she handed Shadavia her deceased child.
The family tells me that his lips were already purple, his body was completely limp. His mother asked at that moment, like, what happened, what's wrong? They said it appeared that he choked on a goldfish cracker. She asked if anyone did CPR. She ran to the office and they began to do.
And again, for those who are going to be watching this later and they saying a goldfish cracker, again, I don't believe that, but it maybe is a possibility. I don't know. But then as we read later, they said a mouthful of goldfish. I'm willing to believe that one versus the one goldfish, you know, even though it's possible, but I'm willing to believe it was a mouthful of goldfish, which caused that man to lose his life. And I don't know if he got into the goldfish or somebody gave him a handful of goldfish and wasn't paying attention when he was eating the goldfish, you know. So that right there is conflicting about this goldfish story shit, you know. So Spencer said, my kids ain't never been to a daycare, too many horror store like that. Oh, okay, then good.
Mouth to mouth on him. EMS arrived and they came in and they did an amazing job. They worked on him for several hours. But the lapse in time from when she last saw her baby to the time when he was put in her arms, deceased, the answer still remained. The question still remained, what happened to little Zion? If he strangled, was anyone in that classroom certified to administer CPR?
Mm-hmm.
If he strangled, was there another teacher or were there teachers in the classroom that could come to his aid, or was he in the classroom alone?
Thank you.
See, this daycare has several violations.
Because remember, he was found unresponsive. Remember, he was found unresponsive. So that is a good question. Was he in the room by himself? Because he was found unresponsive. Let's continue.
One of the many violations that they've had in 2021 was lack of training for CPR. So as I say, the questions remain. And I'm going to allow his aunt, Felicia, to speak. And then after that, Shadavia's going to say some words.
I just was wondering why did my sister have to approach the room after being notified and had her lifeless baby. Upon approaching, watching her baby being passed around. No CPR performed at this time, no any maneuvers or anything. Just passed from teacher to teacher and then placed in her arms and then removed from her arms, ran to the office.
Listen. They passed their boy body from teacher to teacher instead of one of them going to call 911 and one of them going to get the mother, and y'all should have instantly took that child to whoever was certified with CPR, you know. So that is crazy. That's crazy. Then when it got to the mom, y'all got the baby right out of her arms, then rushed him to the office and tried to provide CPR. That's nuts. That's nuts.
It started mouth to mouth. Why? I want to know what happened to lead to this incident. Prior to them approaching her, they approached her room and asked her prior to this incident, was a blanket Zion's? And she replied, no, the blanket is not Zion's. Later, minutes later, approached again, come out. And when she approached, she saw her lifeless baby being passed around, then placed in her arms, then removed, and then ran to the office and began mouth to mouth. Why? Why was this baby placed? Why wasn't CPR going on during this time? Why? And then you're gonna go get her? You walked in the room for the blanket. So why wasn't she notified during the time of choking? Why? We would never get to touch Zion again, nor see him his first day His first day of daycare.
What's going on, Tria Bill? Long time, brother. How you doing, man?
While my other sister was en route to get him to find out that he had passed.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's up with the microphone?
I love that child. I love him so much. A piece of me is gone. A piece of me is gone. I love that child. I love him so much. To have him taken, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna make it after this.
Everything good, famo. Hey, appreciate you being here, man. Everything good, bro.
The fact remains, Zion's first day of daycare should not be his last day of living. He had many wonderful days and years ahead of him. For what appeared to have been incompetence and negligence on the part of a daycare, we have laws, policies that govern daycares, childcare facilities in this state, in this county. We are calling on DHEC, DSS, the Sheriff's Office, and other agencies within Greenville County to make sure Bumblebee and other daycare facilities like it are following the guidelines, the procedures set forth by the local agencies, the governing bodies in the state of South Carolina, so that no other family have to experience the tragedy that this family is going through. Any life lost.
Kay Cooper said at 6 years old, I was in daycare in summertime and another little girl started strangling me on the playground over my notebook. Now one worker paid attention. I had to scratch her to stop her. Kay Cooper, let me ask you a question, dear. And if you want to come up here and tell your story, yeah, I open up the lines that you come tell your story because stuff like this need to get out, you know. Did you eventually say something to somebody about what happened? And if you did, what was their reaction? Did they try to get parents in there to get it straightened out? Did they even try to talk to the child? Or did they blow it off?
At the hands of incompetence, for the sake of expedience and for the sake of making a profit, we realize that daycares are struggling at this hour for employees. And because of that, they're hiring and pushing aside policies, not getting proper certifications. Everyone employed inside of a daycare, including custodians, including cafeteria help, must be CPR certified. And many of which are not, because daycares are scrambling for helpers, workers. And these are violations that cannot continue to be swept under the rug, that many daycares have been cited for and given a pass on. That cannot continue. Parents need to be concerned. Parents need to make sure certifications are intact of teachers and assistant teachers that are monitoring and educating these classrooms, because baby Zion is one.
She came back and said, I told my mother and the daycare didn't believe us. It was in Cary, North Carolina. Oh, God, and this is South Carolina. Is Carolina that bad when it comes to children care? This happened in Cary, North Carolina. Kindercare. Very scary. Good God. Good God. And now, they kind of caught my attention too when they said strangled. I thought strangle was an act. Somebody actually choking and strangling you. But they used the word strangle, Wow, that is crazy. That is nuts. Wow. Nancy, what's going on? How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. Jesus Christ. If anybody who had experience with daycare, with day children, or your experience with daycare, you want to come up and talk, just let me know, and I'll drop the link down there. Y'all come up here and talk to me. Becky the Bubba, hey, what's going on, dear?
Child too many. And we cannot stand for this any longer. This family have questions that should not have gone beyond Monday unanswered. When I received the call from my dear cousin on yesterday morning, I did not know about this. I'd been on a reprieve, and she began to cry and tell me about this situation. I said, hold on, wait, what happened? I said, let me bring Tracy on three-way. I did not realize that this had occurred. And Tracy does what Tracy do. She began work fast and in a hurry, went and met with them and found out all of this. And I applaud her and her efforts. We need her doing what she does because she brings relief to a lot of families. And I thank Tracy Plant and Freedom Fighters for being the wonderful person that she is, doing the wonderful job on our streets that she does. And I thank her for helping my family in this hour of need. And I thank you, the members of media, because you will help us get these answers, not just for baby Zion, but for other parents whose kids are now in there. CPR should have been administered. A goldfish. I have grandkids. My wife and I discussed this on last night. You know how many times our grandkids eat goldfish at our house and have gotten choked on goldfish, but they did not die from it. We need answers.
So with him saying that right there, I want y'all to listen. Okay, listen to him. The possibility you can choke. Now off of one goldfish, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's not possible. All right? But the mouthful of goldfish, that can sound much more possible. If he had like 2 or 3 or 4 of them in his mouth, I can see that being possible. I'm for some reason, I just don't see it possible with just one goldfish. I just don't see that. But listen to what he said. My grandchildren eat goldfish all the time. And no one has died from it. And I'm going to tell you why I'm bringing that up. Because again, let's go back again. When he allegedly supposed to have been choked with the goldfish, he was discovered unresponsive. So if I'm going to go back there with what you said, that means he was there for quite some time before somebody even noticed this boy, this young man, young child, however y'all want to call him. I know some of y'all have a problem when I call him young man, which I don't know why, but you call it how you see fit. He had to be there for a point of time, to the point that his lip was already purple. He had to been there for a while. So again, where is everybody at? Where is everybody at? And the father of this child, I think I seen you earlier in one of the news clips. Man, I hope you see this. I hope you see this, man. And I would like for you to come talk. I would like for you to come holler at me, man. I hope you see this. I hope somebody who know you personally or know of you send you this and say, hey, man, big bruh, get your story out there, man. He said, come holler at him. I know the mama probably too distraught right now to talk, so we ain't gonna even worry about that unless you want to come talk. Or the activist. If the activist want to come talk, she's more than welcome too. But I really don't want to talk to the dad. I want to talk to the dad. All right. Kay Cooper, you say it's another daycare in North Carolina. Kay Cooper, would you mind come talking to me since we talk about Carolina? And you saying you named a couple of daycares that they having a problem with. Would you mind emailing me, Dog Paul, or anybody who got a wrench? If you still up in there, can you put in my email, or who all know my email? And Kay Cooper, if you can, email me. I would love for you to talk to me about these daycares you was telling me about. Because if it's that bad down there in North Carolina, then something needs to be done. Something needs to be enforced. So if you don't mind, email me. If you got time, come here and talk to me and share with us, about the experiences you had with dealing with the daycares down there in Carolina, if you don't mind, all right? Or if anybody who want to come here and talk about their experience with daycares or putting their children in daycares and you just experienced something like this, or you were close to it, or had a bad experience, period, please, if you want to, I would open up my line for y'all to come talk. For the fellas or the mothers, all are welcome. She said, sure, I will talk. I just put my email up in there. Give me an email, dear, and I'll send you a link. You come here and talk to me. All right? Y'all get that thumbs up for your boy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Fast. This is not right. This family is hurting. This baby, look at this innocent child. It is not about race. It is not about social justice. It is not about civil rights. This is about human life.
I like this brother.
Dignity.
I like this brother.
This hurts. A 1-year-old child is dead because someone inside this building behind us who was supposed to know CPR did not know it and brought a lifeless child to his mother, a teacher in the next room. That's insane.
Does the media have any questions?
What has the daycare said?
Nothing. They said nothing. As a matter of fact, they called the police on us today when we arrived.
Wow. Wow.
At this point, is there anything that the daycare will do to
They can never replace him. They can never replace this child's life. There's no remedy. The only true remedy in the future is ensuring that this never happens again to another child.
Hey, Kay Cooper, waiting on your email, dear. Waiting on your email.
No, there's no.
They can make sure they let every parent know that has a child in here, that every teacher here has, and every employee has CPR certification. They can place it on the front wall, on the front desk when the parent drop off their kids and pick them up to prove to the parents that.
Now, y'all remember one of the comments I read? No, they won't communicate with us, but when it's time for payment, they got everything to say, and the way they talking is like they confirming it. Y'all ain't saying none of this stuff. Y'all ain't putting no documentation saying your inspection, anybody certified. But I bet you when it came time for them to get paid, I bet they be ringing everybody's phone up like a motherfucker. I bet they do. All right. You put your email in there. Let me see if I catch it. Hold on.
They have their certifications intact. That would be a good start. Because I wouldn't feel good if I was a
Hey, Faye, what's going on?
dropping my child off here that it is so. Because obviously it's not, especially considering that there has been some infractions.
Yes, Cat to be exactly.
For such
Exactly.
violations.
Then also let this be a lesson to other parents whose children are in daycare. And also let this be a lesson to other parents whose children are in daycare. Not only focusing on this daycare facility, but this is the type of question that you need to ask when you enroll your child. Or if your child is currently enrolled in a daycare program, are they CPR certified? Are there two teachers in every classroom? When one leaves, there's another one there to see over the children. What about the teacher to student ratio? Are the teachers overwhelmed? There's a lot that could have come into play, but as of now, we don't have those answers because we still haven't received a response.
IK Cooper, check your email.
From the coroner. as far as the cause of death. And until then, we really can't speak 100% on what happened. We know that they have video that the family is entitled to see. So we do want, if the family doesn't want to view it, we would like to view the video to see what happened. And know.
Brother Smooth, if you'd like to, bro, email me, bro, and I'll give you the link too. You come up here and join me too. Anybody else who want to come up here and join, the panel is open. It's open.
In that gap, in that hour's time that Zion, from 7:15 to 8:15 when he was deceased. But yeah.
And for the record, it was a parent who performed CPR on Zion at last. And the parent
Right,
was
Kendra.
talking off their
Right.
side at the front office.
I don't know if y'all would know, you said the teachers in the classroom weren't CPR trained. Did they say they didn't know how to do it, or is there any evidence like that?
So in March, they were fined for the teachers not being CPR certified. That's online on the DHEC website. And so, we don't.
So wait a minute, you was fined for everybody not being CPR trained, and this happened a couple of days ago. Everybody still ain't CPR trained. What the fuck is really going on?
Know really what to conclude from that.
But it says that they did remedy the situation on that.
Right, but what does that mean? Does a remedy mean that one teacher was certified and that teacher just wasn't in his class? Or does that mean that all the teachers were certified? I saw this say there was remedy, but does that mean there was 100% coverage? As Dr. Thompson said, did the janitors know CPR? Did everyone within the facility know CPR? Or did just the facilitator learn CPR? There's a big...
I think Kate Cooper's up here. Let me see. Yes, she is. Kate Cooper, give me a minute there. I'm going to let this press conference play out, and I'll bring you up. So just hold tight for me. It's almost finished. I see you up here. And my man, GJ Smooth, just gave me his email, so I'm going to give you the link too, brother. Anybody else who want the link, send me an email that you want to speak. Hey, it's open tonight. It's open tonight.
Daycares in the past. Those are the types of things you have to stay abreast of, because daycare teachers don't make a lot, so the turnover rate is very high. So it's very possible that in March they got a violation for it, but in May they remedied it. But in June, 3 of those teachers quit, and they hired new teachers who wasn't. So they had to recertify all those teachers, but there was no places in the class until August. So, so those are types of things you have to look out for, and you have to bring people in to train, things of that nature. So it's a tricky situation.
I was wondering if Zion's mother might be able to shed some light on this situation, just as a person who's worked there before. Did they have you go through CPR training as part of your training?
I was certified for another.
All right, check your email, brother.
I have my certification for another facility. No,
They never asked you about it yet?
They never asked me. When I first started,
DMV base said this is unacceptable. The state licensing and owner is their fault. That was pretty much coming down to yes.
When I first started that morning, I was asked if I was given a packet to finish my information to be hired. And the assistant director didn't know that I wasn't given. She just thought I was coming in, and I said, I wasn't given a packet to finish my information prior to that. Like my 2 weeks of coming in for the job, I was only given a Century registry to fill out. I wasn't given a whole staff application, pretty much to fill, which I had all my stuff in hand, but they just asked me to fill out a registry, Century registry, and then
technically I started at 3 weeks. And when I came in my morning was starting, the assistant director asked me to fill out more of my, pretty much finish my application.
Was CPR training a part of that as well, that you had to fill out?
To verify that I had my training, it was mainly...
Okay, I see y'all both. I'll bring y'all up as soon as this stream is over. Brother Smooth, if you want to leave your camera on, that's fine. Or you want to cut it off, you cut your camera off. But when it's over, I'm bringing Kate Cooper up, then I bring you up, brother.
I don't believe so. I don't remember, but she was supposed to get a copy of it right then. I do know my time of being hired from other businesses, that stuff you have to have it in file. But was I asked for it? No.
You want to know how to cut your camera off, tap your screen or whatever, and it should have a camera symbol on there showing you can cut it off.
I'm not technically an interview, so I'm whatever they're giving or asking me to give, that's what I'm giving.
And have you heard anything from DSS in the last few days?
What was the question? That is inconclusive right now. His remains were just released to the Brown funeral home.
Have they offered to help?
Upstate Funeral Service. No, they have not reached out to the family at all.
We thank the media for coming, okay? This is, as you know, very stressful on the family. And we truly appreciate you guys for showing up and covering this. And hopefully very soon we'll have the answers and be able to assist the family more.
And we'll release a press statement regarding that time. Thank you all.
Handsome young man too. All right. Well, I want y'all to hear how she said she got hired, and a lot of jobs do this. When they are low on staff, they do this shit. They let you come in, fill out a little something. You know what I'm saying? Let you come on in. So they can have some staff there, which is why they said in the article they had inadequate staff. If I said that right, they pushed her through the door without having all the necessities that she needed to get up in there, wherever she need to be filled out. So it sounded like she said over time they kept giving her papers and stuff to fill out this and third, and I guess sometimes it could be an okay thing. If they just really need the staff, it could be an okay thing. But now after hearing this story, now not only just Daycare's jobs, period, don't care how well you know them, you need to do what's right, or you're going to get hit with litigation and you're going to get hit with state shit. That is all there is to it. And God knows you can't get hit with state stuff. I see you, brother Smith. I see you can't get hit with that state stuff. And it's going to hurt you worse. You get hit with the state, so trust me, the field that I'm in, and the field that I was in where I was working with the adolescent teens and stuff. Yes, this state come out there, man, and they found you in violation of doing this stuff, man. You in a whole world of trouble, so yeah, you got to get this shit in check. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Kate Cooper on the line with me. Dear, how you doing?
Hi, Chris. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well, my friend. Wow, interesting stories. You told me about your situation when you was in the daycare. So, again, tell us again. You said a young girl was trying to choke you over a notebook. You went home and told your mom. And what did you say happened after that when you told your mom? Y'all went to the school, and what happened now?
Yes, sir. The situation was in Cary, North Carolina, KinderCare, which is a chain of daycares, and both my parents worked. So me and my brother were there, and we were on the playground, and me and another little girl were playing, and I had a notebook she wanted, and I was being a little stubborn. I didn't want to share, and she just grabbed my throat. I could not breathe. So the only
Uh-oh. Think I may lost you. Okay, Cooper, I think I may lost you. I tell you what. Try dropping off, coming back on. Yeah, try dropping off and come back on. If you can still hear me now, try dropping off, come back on. Here go my man right here, my brother from another mother. Brother Smooth, how you doing, man? Long time, brother.
Long time no see, man. How's it going? How you doing? How you feeling, man?
Yeah, man, everything, man. Ready to get back to work, man. But I know I can't go right now because I'm not right back 100%. You know, the shoulder surgery is something serious, boy. The shoulder surgery is something serious, man. But I'm glad you came in on this subject, man, because me and you have been doing this for a while, especially back a couple of years. But of course, you know, our schedules done got hectic, so you're not able to come when you're able to. But I'm glad for this subject you did make it. So, man, for the little bit that you heard, man, you know, it's still the same thing, man. What is going on, brother? Or just put your touches on what you heard, man.
Well, I can tell you, brothers, like this is
Hold on. Okay, Cooper, you come back up. Just drop off, come back up. It's still open. Drop off, come back up. Go ahead, brother. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No worries, bro. Once again, man, it's just like I was saying, it's like this is a sign of times where a lot of things are going to get more worse than they're going to get better.
Facts.
And to me, it's just another case of another child that's going too soon.
Mm-hmm.
With this situation, it's letting us know that people are not taking things serious as they need to take them. And with this particular situation, this is going to be big because one, a child dies in a daycare. Two, the people that are working there are not trained.
Mm-hmm.
Three, that when something happens, they just panic and now they're passing the child like it's a toy,
mm-hmm.
where actually it didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And now a family has lost a family has lost someone who was near and dear to them. And like you and I have said before, we don't have kids. And this is one of the reasons why we don't want kids, because if something like this were to happen, there's going to be hell to pay.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. And you got to think about this, bro. You got a facility that holds 163 children, and you only got one person that is CPR certified. That sound absurd. But if I'm not mistaken, when I first started the show, you wasn't here when I first started it. I could have sworn, and all these y'all tell me, I think one of the first news clip I played was that they said as long as one person is certified, that's fine. I could have heard that wrong. But if you doing a facility with 163 children, you need more than one person certified. Let's just say you got 3 children that's choking at the same time. What are you going to do? She's only one person. He or she is only human. So if you got a couple of people, and God knows, I hope they don't ever happen, but you got a couple of people that's choking at the same time, how is one person going to do that? And everybody that's complaining about or in shock about what to do, you know? So in a facility like that, and I want you to tell me how you feel about this, bro. I said earlier, if this daycare had these violations, that one of them was they didn't have enough people that were certified for CPR and other violations, when the proper thing would have been done is maybe shut the facility down until they got everything in check. Then let the people come back, say, okay, y'all good, so y'all go open back up. But no, for what it sounds like, y'all still let them run the daycare, and you just got all this crazy mess going on. What do you think about that, man?
I think it's ridiculous, bro, because if anything, if you're running a facility like that, you have to have a system in place, whether it be checks and balances or whatever you want to call it. You're not going to let a place run unless you have everything in order, like you said. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you have your people there what's the word I'm looking for? You want to have your people there, like we're saying, trained, knowledgeable, and always calm in certain situations, because just like the gentleman was saying, or I don't know if it was a lawyer, but the gentleman was saying that everybody needs to be trained, everybody needs to be knowledgeable in what they're doing there, because this is a seriously bad look on that place.
Absolutely.
And like I think I was telling one of the people in the chat, that place is going to get sued and most likely is going to get shut down.
I believe so too, because there's just too much that's going on. It's just too much that's going on. And somebody named DMV Bay, they posted in there some stuff about it, so I'm assuming they must be down in Carolina somewhere. Some of that stuff I did read, but it looked like they did put some more extra stuff in there, and I hope y'all gave them the email, and they can email me this stuff, and I take a look over it or whatnot, and just see how it is, because I don't know when exactly you came in, Brother Smooth, but from what I read earlier, when I tried to see what's the rating of their daycare had a 2.6. But now I saw what they said on Facebook, it had 5 over 5. So I don't know how old their rating is, but 2.6 on daycare terms, that's not a good rating, you know. That means a whole lot of foolery going on at their daycare, you know. But for the most part, when I was reading the reviews, they had a lot of good reviews, but they had some negative ones too. And one of the ones they said was they act like they don't care about your children, you know. And then you saw another one said, hey, people may see cool and calm, but you don't know what they're doing to your children behind closed doors. And I believe we've been talking about that a lot. People can make themselves sing sweet as sugar, sweet and honey, however it is. But as soon as they close them doors and you pull out their driveway, you don't know what them folks be doing. So that's why I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a busy schedule and you have children, or you have a child or children, and you got people coming into your house babysitting your child, put cameras in your house. As a matter of fact, put ones that got sound to it. Because if they do find that you got a camera in the house, they're going to try to go to the blind spot and do all the foolery that they've been doing. But at least you can still hear what's going on. You know?
Great.
Yeah. Or if it's possible, just like somebody said, you know, hey, that's why I don't even take my child to no daycare. You know, I keep him at home. I watch him. They'd be the best jester right there, man. They'd be the best jester right there. So, man, this is crazy, bro. Again, man, you know, like I said, I mean, you've been doing it for a couple of years. I'm glad you're up here. So I give you some final thoughts on this, man. Give us your final thoughts about this, man, and what can North Carolina do, or just speak to the public, period, what you think needs to be put in place to prevent a lot of this craziness from happening with dealing with these daycares.
It's a very simple fix, Chris. Number one, if you're going to open up a facility that's dealing with children, one, don't open it up too fast. Get everything in place to where the place is suitable to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Hire people that are qualified and trained to be able to watch these kids.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is that they need to have very, very stringent processes of hiring people, because you don't know where they come from, where they've been, if they have children themselves, or better yet, if they even have traumas from their own childhood, whatever it could be.
I was just going to say that. Yep.
Because if you are watching children, I would say, personally, that I would have to think of these children as my own.
Yes.
Would I want that to happen to my child? You already know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the people know the answer. That's a hell no.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, for all of our people that's in the chat tonight, you know, it's good to see all y'all. I missed y'all. Take heed to the words that us brothers are trying to tell you. Be careful with your children. Be careful about where you take them, who you leave them with, how long you leave them with. And if you see that there's something wrong when they return to you, do not waste any time. Find out what's happening, because this could be any one of us, including us, who are talking. And I'm dropping the mic.
Brother. I appreciate it, man. I saw that you did send me something, but I ain't checked yet, man. I really appreciate you, brother, and I'm glad you came up here, man. But you get a chance, you got to come on back, man, because we got to do it again, man. We got to do it again.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm making my way back. Trust me.
All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, man, DJ Smooth, man. Appreciate you, brother. Love you, man, as always.
Love you as always too, man.
All
I'm
right.
staying on the call. I'll be in the chat, man.
All right, brother. All right.
All right.
All right. Yes. Are you back there?
Yes, sir.
I hear you much better this time. So yeah, all right, cool. So I continue telling us this. You said the girl tried to choke you to take your notebook. You told mom y'all went to daycare, try to talk to him about it. And what happened now? Tell us what happened.
Well, at this daycare, the workers, when they let us out to play, this happened in the playground of the daycare. The workers would just sit around and get in their little group and hang out. They were not monitoring us. They didn't see what was happening. So they really, there was no cameras then. This was in the 90s. So, my parents did, of course, try to talk to them, but they dismissed it. And my parents pulled me out of that daycare, me and my brother. So that was that. And
so you and your brother was going to the daycare. You and your brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the other incident, this was in a different town, a very small town in North Carolina, and we went to a daycare called Busy Bee. And the owner of this daycare had a husband who had a record of inappropriate dealings with children.
Whoa.
Yes, and we didn't. Now, my parents didn't know that at the time. A lot of people didn't know that, but there was a little girl in the daycare while I was in there.
Wait. Let me ask you this. Didn't mean to cut you out. What are some of the things that they say he was accused of? I got a reason for asking. What was he accused of?
He was accused of SA with one of the children in the daycare.
And a woman was running this daycare while married to this man.
Yes, sir.
And you married a man that had a history of doing this to children. That's why I asked you that. Wow, that's interesting. But go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. Wow. Ooh, child. Wow.
And now the owner of that daycare and her husband, they were pretty tight with the politics in town.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing really happened in that case.
Jesus.
Surprising.
Wow.
Now we're talking about a small southern town, so you know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents took us out after that, and my mom was working for Environmental Protection Agency here, and she just worked part-time after that and watched us at home because, of course, she didn't trust anybody. And so years later, about 10, 12 years later, this daycare is still in business in the same town. She's still married to the same man now. But get this, the daycare finally shut down because the woman got caught money laundering.
Oh, God. Wow. Well, I guess right there they shouldn't be too surprised because I think just like dealing with children or people, period, who has mental disabilities, a lot of these companies get a lot of money for these people.
Oh, yes.
And the money's supposed to be, to take care of their needs, like doctor visits, clothes, and other stuff like that. And
yes,
to hear you say that, I promise you, I'm not surprised. You got a lot of dirty son of a guns out there when it's come to money. They don't think about nothing else. Just like my man Tria Bill just said. He said, this is what happens when staff is low. They hire any and everybody. They do that because you know what? The more people they hire, I think the more the finance will come in for the company to keep the company up, and they get more and more people up in there that they care for under their wing. So you can just imagine the money these people get to take care of not only children, but let's say an autistic child, mental disabilities, all that stuff. And this ain't the first time I heard a story like that where they laundering money. We got some dirty folks out there. But go ahead. You finna say something else. Go ahead.
And I can't believe that that daycare with that woman and that husband with the record in the town knowing it back in the 90s, because it was exposed, obviously, it continued on all these years for about 13 years afterwards until she finally got busted for the money thing.
So a lot of people knew about his history. A lot of people knew about it.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And they still,
Yep.
man.
It blows my mind. And, I have my son, and I was blessed to have a husband who was in the military, and, I was able to stay home with him. But I will say this. I'm a dental assistant, and as a dental assistant, we are taught CPR. We're CPR certified, infant CPR, child CPR, because it is a difference between adult and infant and child CPR.
Yes.
And
With what I do, we have to do that stuff annually. Some jobs you got to do it every year. Some jobs you got to do it every 2 years. And as a matter of fact, not only that, but first aid as well. And I believe my brother Smooth said before he came on the show that his job is required for CPR every year. We got to do that stuff every year, every 2 years, every 3 years. So like medication, if you somebody who provide medication to them, you got to get certified for that. And that's probably every year, every 2 or 3 years, depending on what the company policy is when it comes to annual training. So with these daycare that you're telling me about, they got slipped through the cracks. These folks just let them ride.
Absolutely. And these, I will say this, I love my little small town I grew up in, but the politics around here, it's all about money, and they will sweep under the rug criminal stuff for money and power. And even if it comes to children, they don't care.
And you know what, for you to say that right there and then get on camera like they really give a damn, that what irks me, And I'm not saying all of them ain't like that, but if people coming to you and reporting that facilities like this is not doing their part in caring for the children, and y'all going to the higher ups to say, hey, we need y'all to go investigate this, and like you said, being swept on the rug, then there's no point in you coming out holding a conference with the family, talk about blessing to them and all that, because you didn't give a shit. You try to clean up your image now.
Yep.
So this is why, again, it may not be cool for me to say this, but I'm just glad I don't have any children, because I would have lost my damn mind. I ain't no tough guy, but if I would have lost my damn mind, especially with the story that they said, y'all tossing my baby around instead of somebody called 911, nobody came and got me, y'all asked me about a damn cover. What the hell is wrong with y'all?
Well, here's the part that got me with this story is the fact that I believe there was an hour time lapse from where they said some worker had seen the child eating the goldfish, and then an hour later they noticed his lips were blue. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Was he in timeout?
I didn't think about that. See, you think like me. And my girl Kendra McCrae says she's a nurse. They have to update their CPR every 2 years. So you got a daycare that holds 163 damn children. I don't know, one person there on CPR. It's like Pisces Princess said earlier. What if it's a day that she's not working? Maybe she's on vacation. Then what y'all gonna do? Exactly.
I can't believe that. I can't believe it, because that's insane. My son was 1.5 years old, and this was after I had taken, been CPR certified and was a dental assistant. I never thought I would have to use infant or child CPR in my life, but my son choked on a piece of cantaloupe. His father was feeding him at 1.5 years old. His lips were turning blue. I tried the hook, to try to get out of his throat. And I stayed calm. My mom called 911 because his lips were turning blue. And I didn't freak out. You stay calm. I picked him up out of his high chair, turned him on his stomach, and, nudged him really hard in his upper back. And it came out. And I said, thank you, Lord.
And you know what? And I'm glad you said that, K. Cool, because with the jobs that I be doing, that's what they teach us with children. Doing with adults is one thing, but when you're doing it with a child, it's something totally different because they can't take the full force. They can't take the full force of a grown person doing it to them. It's totally different, you know. Versus a grown up, we could take the palm of our hand or the butt in our hand and hit between their shoulder blades, and hopefully it'll come on out.
It'll dislodge it.
Right.
Yes,
but in children, I think it's like a total of 3 or 2 fingers, and you kind of like, you got to thrust it like that, you know. And even with CPR, you can't just put your full force and give 30 compress. You have to use
you'll break their rib.
Yeah, exactly. You got to use the 2 fingers, you know what I'm saying, and put pressure in it. So it's a whole totally different ball game. Again, that's why I say I'm so shocked in this story. And I thank Ann. I don't know if Ann's still in the chat room or not. I thank her for sending me this. I guess she really wanted me to talk about it because it's a whole lot of foolery going on with this story. And again, you know, for y'all to discover him and he already unconscious and skin is changing colors, that means, like you just said, maybe he was in timeout. Maybe somebody did give him goldfish, but gave him too many, and he shoved them in his mouth, and nobody was paying attention. Y'all walked off, and God knows what y'all were doing when y'all left. And this young man came back, and y'all see him on the floor, and then you gonna toss him around like that? I mean, seriously, that's insane to me, you know. And by the time the lady got to him and tried to get CPR, sounded like to me it was already too late.
Right, and in the sad part, Chris, I hate to say it, but to me, I am envisioning a daycare worker who doesn't have patience. Maybe the child was crying and they didn't have the patience.
Someone will do that. Yep.
Put goldfish in front of him on a table and left him. And then they come back after they've been unannoyed or whatever was wrong with them, and he's deceased. That's insane. But you know, I when I became a parent, I had to learn a lot of patience because I was very impatient before I had my own. So, you know, that's what I envision, really. A lot of people these days, they just don't have the patience, and it's dangerous.
Well, K. Cool, before I let you go, Darren, thanks so much for taking time to come up here and share your story. This is crazy, and I'm glad to see somebody from Carolina who's talking about it. I'm thinking DMV Bay may be from California. They putting in a lot of stuff in my chat room. Shout out to you, too. One part I talked about where one of the people who gave the daycare review, they said when I came there, that they heard the teachers hollering at the children, and they son was there. The son was crying and this, that, and the third. Okay, which I get it. But I said, you know, well, with the hollering thing, you know, I guess it's 2 ways you can look at that because when you're trying to be firm and stern, you do got to raise your voice. But I guess it's all about the words that you're using when you raise your voice. So ask me this, you as a mother and the people in the chat room, is there a difference between, you know, I guess somebody saying yelling versus then trying to be stern and firm, or does it all go together, or could it be a possibility it's the way the person took it? You know, you tell me what you think about that.
To me, as a mother, it's absolutely different. When you're trying, you see, when a child is acting out, you're trying to correct their behavior as a parent and as a caregiver. That's what you want to do. So you don't want to yell at them, but you do want to be stern, age appropriate, stern, to let them know that, okay, this is how we correct this, right?
Right.
Now, if you have somebody that's not used to it and is impatient, things like that, then they could, you know, lash out, yell, and that's not correcting. Yelling and things like that is just going to upset a child even more. Right. So there's a difference, yes.
Oh, well, you put in better words than I thought. You know, you put in better words than that. So, yeah, I didn't think about that. You know, the patience thing and all that, you know, if you're not used to it, it can cause problems. That's what I say about a child. They not used to nobody raising no voice, then yeah, it probably will hurt their feelings, you know. But with that, yeah, you know, I still do believe, because with children, if you're being soft voice with them, they would try you too, just as well as the adult will. They would still try you because they not take you serious. So you will have to raise that voice up and get some firmness and stern up in, not necessarily get an ass whooping all the time unless it's required, but
Right.
but if you can get that
Yeah.
voice stern where they can respect that, you can tell I don't want to hear all that crying. You want to cry when you doing all that, sit down, so and bribing children with food, I don't think that's always a good thing. A lot of times it does work,
No.
but I don't think that's a good thing because a lot of them act out because that's what they want now. You don't give it to them, they want that.
Yep.
My sister, when she was a child, tickle me when I think about it now. My sister used to come to me when I was in my room. We both stayed with my mom. This when she was a child. She like, mama said do this, mama said do that. And how the way she would come to me with saying it sounded like that was my mama. So
Right.
one day, I don't know what my sister was thinking. My mom was in her room, and my sister heard me in the kitchen. She runs to the kitchen and said, Chris, mama said give me some watermelon. I was sitting here like, I ain't heard mama say shit like that. I ain't heard that,
Yeah.
And my mama said, come here. She said, are you in there lying on me? She said, I just want some watermelon. She said, no, did you just lie on me? She said, I just want some watermelon. She said, I know you want some watermelon, but did you just lie on me? And it's funny now when I think about it, because she blatantly sat up there and lied right there while mom was there and said, mama said, give me some watermelon, So I'm like, wow, that is so crazy, man. But Kate Cooper, dear, thank you so much for coming up and sharing your story, and blessings to you that, nothing worse came out of this situation, and your parents never had conversation enough to get you out the place where it seemed it was toxic, because some people, they'll change you to a couple of places. They be like, look, and some of my parents be like, look, you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep taking you out of daycare like that. I can't keep doing it, which I get it because maybe it's a financial strain. But the most important thing is safety for your child.
Right.
I mean,
and one more thing now, if you have to, because I know parents have to have their children in daycare sometimes. They don't have family members and things like that, and they have to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, do a surprise unannounced visit sometimes.
Yes.
Because you never know what you're going to find. Because, these daycare workers, they expect you to arrive at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have that child's diaper changed by then.
Yep.
But you show up on your lunch break when they don't know, you might see your child filthy, sitting in a diaper that hasn't been changed for 2 hours.
And that's so disgusting, especially you got women working there. That's so disgusting.
Exactly. So do that. Get the names of the workers and and definitely your the owner's spouse. Do your background checks.
Okay.
So those are the two things I can say if you have to do it. But yes, thank you for having me on the show and for exposing these stories, because they need to be, because these children are precious, and I pray for this family. So thank you.
Dear. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Kate Cooper. She was in the chat room earlier, and she came to join us. Thank you, dear.
Yes. Good night, Chris. Thank
Good night.
you.
You too. Yeah, man, so all this crazy, there's a whole lot of fuckery going on when it comes to this stuff, and again, with the diaper thing. Hey, CC Orlando, what's up, babe? What's going on? With the diaper thing, now, you got mostly women. Look, here's the thing with the diaper thing. You got mostly women that work at daycare. So, if you sort of let somebody else's child stay in a shitty or pissy diaper when it's time to close the daycare because you too lazy to change their diaper, then it makes me wonder, if you got children of your own, they the pissed and shitted, are you going to leave them in it until you're ready to change them or what? Now you do that with your child, then, hey, you do that with your child, but you take care of other people's children, they can cause a lot of problems. Preach. It's going to cause a lot of problems. So it makes me wonder, are you a trifling parent to do that? And we all know how baby shit smells sometimes. Jesus Christ, you let this shit linger around, this shit stink as hell. I don't know what's worse, dog shit or baby shit. That shit stinks. All right? So, yeah. Not that I say I went through a babysitter once and never again. Not that. What happened with that babysitter for you not to do it again? What happened with that babysitter? Roller Mouse said some daycares have a system now where they all update you on your child. Diapers change, other things during the day. Yes. And Roller Mouse, to add on what you said, with me, dealing with people with disabilities, you have every 2 hours to brief check them. Whether they go to the bathroom or not, you need to brief check them. And that's what I had to do, especially one of the clients I work with, because he urinated a lot. So we had to check his brief often, because we can be in a change him. Let's say it's 12:45 my time now. We could be in a change him at 12:45. I be damn. 15 minutes later, you left his room, he been to piss that whole bed out. I DMV, babe. Appreciate it. I'm gonna look at all this stuff. Appreciate you. DMV, babe, are you in Carolina? Cause you got a whole lot of information. See, they only put out some of the information. They didn't put out all this stuff. So making me think you in Carolina, because you putting out way more complaints than what they showed in the news. All right? Yeah, because 15 minutes later, that boy sit up there and pissed out their whole damn bed, just like that. After 15 minutes after changing him. Now that I said, the lady went to the grocery store with another lady, and my husband and I got off early, and she was miles away. You said CMP? What's CMP? You say your son is a CMP. And with people like him who piss the bed out like that, they call him incontinent. Something like that, incontinence. Something like that, meaning he'll pee at a drop of a dime. So you could have just changed him in 5 minutes. You go check him again, he been pissed again because he can't control his piss. Okay, you in Virginia. Okay, cool. By the way, at DC. All right, gotcha. Appreciate you joining the show and giving me that information. I'm sure I'm going to look at all this shit. I'm sure I'm going to look at all of it. You know? So, she said, Orlean, where you been, baby? She said, yep, at Chris Thorne's show, you ain't never lying. It's true. It's hard and a lot, but it's our job to take care of our kids. Yes. Oh, you said you just know about the license. Okay, gotcha. Good. We got somebody in the chat room know about licensing. Good. Very good. All right. So, at the end of the day, man, prayers for this family, man. Prayers for their mom. And like I said, even worse, she actually worked at the daycare. Just got hired at the daycare. And she could have checked on her son while she was working. But the first day he was there, it's the last day he was there. Now this young man is gone. And she will never get to see this man again. So, man, golly, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Oh, duh, had to be certified nurse practitioner. Duh. That's exactly what I do. Duh. Yeah, man. Shout out to my man, DJ Smooth, coming up here. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. Appreciate you coming up here. And appreciate you, Cat to B, for sharing your story. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we just have to stay tuned for more updates on this story, which I'm pretty much sure is going to be a whole shitload of updates on this story, because this daycare has a whole lot of violations, all right? And they was allowed to remain open for some apparent reason, but like DJ Smooth said, I think after this one, they may finna get shut down. They just may finna get shut down. Just may. All right. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for the love. Thanks for the support for everybody hitting the PayPal, the Cash App, and the GoFundMe if you did, man. Y'all just don't know how much that means to me. Y'all good people. Y'all just good people all over, and I love y'all. That's why I don't mind doing these shows for y'all and bring y'all updates, because y'all like it. Y'all like the way I bring it. I get to say it I get to say it the way that the news can't say it. I bring the thunder. I could cuss and say everything, because you know why? It's the Chris Thorne way. This is my platform. I tell the news like it needs to be told. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourself and each other. Please do background checks. Look after your children. If you got babysitters, please have cameras in your home. Amen. And your boy Chris Thorne, and I'm out.